So, what is up, boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen? It's Rahab here, coming at you with another episode of the Minecraft Let's Play. And before we get into things, there's definitely something I need to talk about. And that is just how expensive this build has been, right? All of this stuff. Not that these blocks are hard to come by, I mean, the brick kind of, right? But none of this other stuff is. The issue I've had is came from the furnace room we made at the very beginning of the series, right? This right here, all of those bricks come from one clay ball makes one brick. 4 of those makes a brick block, right? And all of these slabs are stones that have been cooked. And yeah, that furnace room is just a little outdated. I never fully finished it. I got it semi-functional, and that was all we did. I mean, look at this thing. The door, that's the only way to open and close the door, right? Because I didn't want to ever have to be in this room. But instead, I've got, what is this? 11 furnaces, and I've got to manually feed all 11 furnaces. Now, granted, the cool thing about this is that it does feed automatically from the bamboo farm, right? And say I have more than, 11 stacks of items I want to toast, I can throw them into the hoppers above, right? But again, I'm manually putting the items into the hoppers right now. I guess it's a plus that they do go into these chests when they're done cooking, so I can leave, and no matter how many items I have, they'll... I mean, I've not even finished that. Look, I mean, you can still see the stone in the background. You can still see the wiring to our, our supply room, right? So, like, I don't know. This isn't anywhere near complete. Let's put that back. I'll see you guys when I've got something, and even a plan, alright? Let's go ahead. I'll show you what I did here. So, I've got a block switcher here, which goes to a barrel. The barrel is actually pretty important to this, but I'll basically come over here, I'll push this pressure plate, throw all of the junk that I need smelted into that barrel, push that pressure plate back down, and when that goes down... Okay, so the items from that barrel go into this hopper, into this chest. This hopper minecart takes it out of that chest, which activates this little auto-launching minecart system I came up with. The piston holds it back. Once it gets some items in there, you can change how many items you want to be picked up by the hopper minecart every time it gets put into this station. But after it gets a certain number of items, it'll retract this piston just long enough for the minecart to go down this track. It'll go over here, up this way, up around, and it'll feed over the top of all of these hoppers. Every time it goes by, it should drop one item off. So it'd be 1, 1, 1, right? All the way around. Oh, that's where that went? Wow, that's weird. Okay, and then once it gets to this block, since it's always powered, it'll just hit this block, bounce off. I had to put this gap here, just so that way it continuously always evenly spreads the items. But after it gets the items and it comes back around, it'll put 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? It'll put one item in every one of the hoppers on its path back. I guess what we can do is I'll go ahead and show you with some stone. So we'll just step on this pressure plate, click on this, put the stone in there. As you see, it doesn't go anywhere. Click that, and we should... Oh, you hear it? You see it go by? Look at it. Okay. Oh. Oh, no. Alright. We might be able to catch it when it comes back by. Yep, okay, you see all the stone that it has in there? It should disperse all 39. And... yeah, okay, so you hear that? It's done. So after it got done delivering all of its items to the chest, We can go ahead and check this real quick. Minecart with hopper's empty. The chest is empty. I'm pretty sure that means that hopper has to be empty. Yep. And then obviously the barrel will be empty too, right? Yep. Okay, so there we have it. Everything there is empty. Now, the next big thing that we've got to work on is expanding the storage for the bamboo. The problem is that this bamboo farm that I have here only produces about 20 bamboo every, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. So it just doesn't hold enough, right? This system currently doesn't hold enough. It's the bare minimum pretty much to keep this thing running. That's super easy. I'm just going to add a couple more hoppers and some chests, and then that'll be finished. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do, and I'll go ahead and get back to you guys when I've got this storage expanded. Okay, so I have the expanded storage in place. Well, I mean, it's super simple. It just kind of goes up from the hoppers below, right? The original ones. I have the storage unit here in the way, so I couldn't expand that direction. So I had to bring it up. But then the minecart comes here, and it's a hopper one, so I was originally going to have them coming this direction. But, you know, the hopper minecart would have grabbed the items from those chests. So, it wasn't going to work. Wherever the last block is on the other side of that wall, we're just going to pretty much stack bamboo piston farms like this. Simple, natural growing, no zero tick or any of that loudness, right? And it'll just run all the time like this one does. And it'll all probably feed to this chute and go that way. So, it'll be pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and get to work on that. And I'll see you guys when that's all done. Okay, so I went ahead and I finished it all up. We've got pumpkin lighting. Like, I'm not entirely sure if the bamboo needs all of this lighting or not, if it helps, but yeah, I've got that in place. I've got all the water streams. We've got all the bamboo planted. I've let it grow up. We've actually kind of filled up a few chests since the last time I was recording. Been doing a little bit of AFK and stuff, letting those fill up. So when these bamboos on the end, where there's no grass block, grows up to 3 high, it activates this observer, which comes around and activates this repeater, which then activates the redstone over the piston, which knocks those out, right? And I have observers on both sides, on all layers. And when that piston knocks off the bamboo, it falls off into the water. I had to make it too wide, just to ensure that none of the bamboo got pushed too hard and ended up over here on this grass. And I've also made it this high, just the 2 high, so then that way all of the bamboo gets pushed. Because when I noticed with the other one that we have, that we've made at the beginning of the world, sometimes one of the pieces of bamboo will like grow higher than the piston and it'll land on the dirt block, and then when it lands on the dirt block, it will catch other ones as they fall, and then I'll have a stack here so then they don't end up in the water. So I've tried to ensure that that doesn't happen as much as possible, but I guess watching it now, it still kind of happens. It's a little upsetting. I thought this was perfect, but yeah, so they meet up here because these are 8 long on each side, so it's a full water stream. This is pretty much like the most compact I could have made it, and ensuring that I don't miss any pieces, you know. And then it falls into this stream down here, goes over this way, meets up with our previous stream from this one, and then comes over here and goes in the bubble elevator. Then they come up this water stream, they hit this block so they don't come shooting way out all over the place. And I've already got this one filled, this one filled. I've been adding saplings and some coal and stuff too. But we're working on the third chest now. I think I may have overdone it with the storage. I think once all of this system is completely full, I should never ever have to worry about running out of bamboo again, especially for this operation. But yeah, so we can probably go ahead and say this is complete. The only thing now I think that I want to do to finish this all off is, instead of having these chests down here, I'm going to replace them with hoppers and have them all feed into each other, and find some way of like a collection system. So then that way I never have to go in this room. It'll always just be like this, and it'll look different in there too. I won't have those hoppers showing, kind of like how I covered the hoppers up top. So yeah, this video's actually kind of a little bit short. It's my first one back for a while. I'm sorry about that. I definitely do want to say thank you to everybody that had been subscribing before I took this little break. I'm at about 50 subscribers, and I'm super happy that that you guys are liking it. I've been seeing a lot of you guys in the comment section multiple times. So if you are new, make sure you do go ahead and slap that like button. We kind of work on a little bit of everything, a little bit of building, a little bit of redstone. Just kind of depends on the video that day. And yeah, so I hope you guys are enjoying. And again, make sure you like this video and subscribe. And let's go ahead and get into maybe figuring out some way of a collection system, an automatic one. Okay, so I'm back. I think I've got the collection system all figured out. Pretty expensive. I'm out of iron again. I think I've got like 26 blocks of iron left to my name. But yeah, so what happens is all the stuff happens, right? I throw the stuff in there and it goes through the system, whatever. It smelts, gets pulled out from this hopper, then goes into this hopper, right? And they're all connected. So this one, it'll follow this chain around and around. And because I'm starting to get a little crowded with all of the redstone on like this level, it's really sad actually. It actually comes down, has to go down a little bit, and it goes into this dispenser. Let's light this up a little bit. How about it? I originally had it going this way, but then I realized that the dropper, no, it's a dispenser, yes, doesn't really spit the items out in a straight line, so I had to kind of block that in a little bit. But yeah, so it goes down the hopper chain from the furnaces, come down here into the dispenser, and I've got this circuitry right here to where it just continuously spits the items out until it's empty, and it comes down this. There's a water stream under these blocks, and then I've got a water elevator here that goes up to those hoppers. Those hoppers are right on the other side of this wall. Well, you already seen. And let's see if we can't get a look, right? So this is where the blocks come up from that water stream, and they go into this hopper here. Let's go ahead and cover that back up. And then there's a chain of hoppers that feed into the side of the barrel. So it actually feeds into whatever block is here. Since this is a block switcher right there, it's kind of amazing that I got that to fit. And it all hides away nice and clean. Let's place that like that. Bam. So the way I'm thinking this works is I will come up here, step on this pressure plate, and it'll bring this barrel up. So say I did have something in the furnace room cooking, it should already had been done waiting on that hopper to go into the barrel, so it should start filling up. So then I just take all of the items out of the barrel, and once I get all the items out of the barrel, I can go ahead and add in some of my own items. So let's say we got a bunch of bricks that we need for a big project, like the warehouse, right? Whatever direction that is. We drop that down. Those get dispersed evenly across all of the furnaces. Oh no, that's not good. That explains why these got one more item than the other one. Huh. It's weird though, it's only on the first trip that it does it. Okay, so that's fine. So, they'll make this minecart will continue to make its trek around and around. And now you hear the ticking, that comes from the dispenser down here, which is starting to gather the bricks. So now I can come over here once this minecart stops running, which honestly I think I can do it at any time and it shouldn't cause any problems. We can just do this right here. Now we look at the barrel. Look, so it didn't take all of the clay balls yet, but now it's starting to give us bricks. Now the only thing about this system is now that I've lifted this up, I cannot let this go back down until everything has came through the system, right? So unless I want to recook bricks, which will literally just break the whole thing that I've got going on in here, then I can't let that go back down until it's done. So I've got to let all those bricks that just cooked come back up and enter this barrel. I think maybe if you're fast enough, I think maybe that might have been quick enough. I'm not going to try that in the future, right? This was just to kind of show you guys how it works. I just hope I didn't break the system, but yeah, as far as I can tell, everything works like it's supposed to. I'm actually extremely happy with how this turned out. So now, I don't know, that's just a big load off of my shoulders. We should be able to go ahead and kind of maybe start working on finishing up the dock fairly easy, right? Now that we have an automatic way of smelting. And maybe as soon as we get done with that dock area, start working on the village. We can start, doing some more building. Now that I don't have to kind of wait and, take forever with the smelting of everything. But, yeah, I don't really have much else planned for this episode. The plan for a little while, kind of my New Year's resolution is to really kind of give YouTube like 100% of my effort that I can. So I'm kind of locked in and focused. I know this is like a whole week and a half after the beginning of the year, but there's the uploads should be coming more regularly. I'm not saying daily, but I do also have a lot of Minecraft packs that I've got out of the store that seem really interesting that I want to try out. So, yeah, there may or may not be daily uploads. It won't be daily uploads of the Let's Play. That'll still be, I'm going to push right now for 2 a week. Maybe possibly 3 for as long as I can think into the future. So if you guys are enjoying these videos, like I said, make sure you slap that bell to turn the notifications on and subscribe. And if you like this video in specific, make sure to slap that like button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.